Hello, and how are you this lovely Monday afternoon? Yesterday, I said that today I would be giving a detailed thoughts on liberty video, and so today I'm going to be doing just that. I said at the end of yesterday's video that I liked liberty. I didn't absolutely fall in love with the school, and I didn't go into the weekend expecting that I would, but now that I have been there and seen a lot of the stuff that there is, I am more inclined to attend there. But it wouldn't really be a very good detailed thoughts video if I didn't discuss pretty much everything. So let's go ahead and jump into the negatives first. First and foremost, the visible one is it is an out-of-state private school. There are scholarships available and financial aid and everything, but the price point is definitely an upfront glaring, maybe I should pursue education elsewhere. And kind of going along with that, I still don't know what my major is going to be. So until I land on that, then I won't know what schools will be best for me to attend to pursue that particular major. So I'm kind of in a limbo in that regard, how I don't necessarily want to commit to any four-year university without having an exact grasp on what it is that I'm wanting to study for finality. But now for the positives. It's a really nice campus. I mean, most college campuses everywhere are very nice looking because they want to attract people aesthetically, but Liberty stood out to me as just being a very nice place. And it is in a location such that you kind of drive through half an hour of nothing in any direction before you get there, but that's not necessarily a downside since Lynchburg with Liberty is kind of an epicenter of its own, and there's plenty to do around the area. Speaking of, there's a lot of student life stuff available to you if you are willing to seek it out. I didn't get to see a lot of it because, like I said, Matthew is in biomed, and so pretty much if he's not in class, he's studying, so he wasn't fully aware of everything that there was available. But since I would most likely not be doing such a work-intensive major, just spitballing, I'm potentially going to be able to see about a lot more different stuff to get involved in, which is good. And another thing that very much stood out to me was just how open and ready to hold discussions people are. And I can't speak with any level of certainty on how other universities are in this regard, but legitimately on the first day, one of the maintenance guys was a student at the seminary there, and when he came to fix the lock on Matthew's door, we just ended up talking for a while about like the pros and cons of the school and whether or not I should consider applying. And the next day we were just like walking down the street and we were discussing Reddit, and some dude overheard us, and it's just struck up a conversation, and then we ended up talking about me possibly applying as well. And so just people are so ready to talk to you, and it was very encouraging to see both them interested in me possibly attending, but also saying that I should measure my decision with more caution because it is such a big investment. And another benefit, but one that is slightly less important, is there's a lot of food options in the area. I never got the chance to actually eat in the proper dining hall, but like I mentioned before, Lynchburg has become something of a college town epicenter, and so there's lots of businesses there for food and other things that college students need. But again, since I would most likely be living off campus or in apartment style housing, then I would probably be doing most of my cooking like homemade, like I am trying to do more now since I'm living alone. So it's kind of a minor plus side. There are restaurants and stuff, but chances are that won't really be a huge thing for me. So that's the positives and the negatives, but now it's time for some kind of neutrals, I guess, just talking points that are worth considering, but they aren't necessarily a benefit or a downside to me possibly attending. Specifically, the thing I want to talk about is I mentioned on the video before I actually left that there are stigmas surrounding Liberty and Bible colleges in general, and the one in particular that I had in mind when I was saying that was Christian universities have a stereotype of being insulated. That while they're not overtly like banning people who aren't of the Christian faith. They definitely conduct all of their affairs from a position of being a Christian university, which is neither a good thing nor a bad thing, in my opinion. But going into it, I was very hesitant because I was coming from a place of I am wanting to be around people of different faith backgrounds and upbringings, because the very negative stereotype that surrounds it is you're never challenged in your beliefs, so it ends up being more indoctrination than anything else. However, from what I've seen and from continuing to think about it over the course of the weekend, I think a better way of thinking about it is you're surrounded by like-minded people, and so while you aren't necessarily being challenged by outside forces, you're not being indoctrinated, you're simply being encouraged to grow in what you believe by people of the same mindset as you. So, all in all, I'm not in love with liberty. I'm absolutely not attached to the idea of going there, and if from a purely pragmatic standpoint I find a better university with better programs for things I'm wanting to study, then I'm absolutely going to go for that over liberty. However, I do enjoy the school, or at least what I experienced of it while I was there, so it is definitely in the forefront of my considerations. Awkward cut because I don't want the last clip to make me a liar. We were gonna go mini golfing, but then we ended up not doing that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I guess I will see you tomorrow.